everyone. Magandang umaga. Hello, thank you for the warm welcome. I will introduce myself. My name is Intan. You can call me as you see in the poster. And yeah, as you can see, I came from University of Surabaya, Indonesia. Today I will share to you about my experience during this pandemic and yeah, my own experience, and I will share you some slideshow just to visualize what I will say. Yeah, as you can see from my poster that I'm currently undertaking my bachelor degree majoring in product design and management, and I'm now currently in my final semester. Uh, Product design and management, but in lockdown. At first, I was like, oh wow, oh no, I was so stressed because when Indonesia started lockdown at March 2020, all classes became online, no practical lessons, no physical attendance, and no other design projects. But I must admit, at first, this pandemic made me so confused, so stressed, because as a design student, as a design person, I should do a lot of things outside, like searching for materials, searching for subject, searching for reference, all outside. We have a lot of practical lessons rather than theory one. But if we seek the positive way, if we see the positive side of this pandemic forced us to be used to technology. As we now are in industry 4.0, we are modern smart technology, but we can do this from home. So we need to be used to technologies. But in my experience, I'm experiencing final year during lockdown. I feel I have three important points uh, for supporting us to be on track during your lockdown. For the first one is time management. Before we have a lockdown, we will have a daily routine, waking up at morning, going to university, hanging out with friends. But when we start a lockdown, we cannot go outside. And if we break down our daily routine, we will see that we have a lot of time in our day, 40 hour. We have a free time, we have productive time, we have rest time. And I know this pandemic will bring so much stress because we couldn't do anything like before. But I think time management is the most important thing because if we could be disciplined to ourselves, uh, because online meeting is quite challenging, you know. We only meet virtually, but I cannot meet you in real life right now. So didn't know what I'm doing here, and I didn't know what your real life now. So being disciplined as and respectful to each other is the most important thing. And then the second one is your free time. In 24 hours a day, you will have a free time. You can do anything to upgrade yourself. You can trying something new, you can have fun for yourself, but I think you should use that time very well, because what, in that free time you can upgrade yourself. During before lockdown, we are in daily routine, we have a very tight schedule, but we usually don't have a free time. But in this lockdown, we are all at home, we can divide our time. And don't forget, you should have a me time. A me time is just like Dr. Fabro and Miss Selena said, is a time to recharge ourselves, to recharge our inner self. You can detox your social media, you can do anything what you want. And if for me, I will do a rest, I will do watching Netflix, sleeping, and I'm muting all my social medias. It's just to recharge my inner self. Um, and I'm a kind of person that I should be busy in order to keep on track, because if I'm not doing something, I will be so more anxious, I will so much overthinking, because yeah, I just need to keep busy. So I decide to start a remote and freelance job because in this pandemic, all we can reach other countries online. Yeah. We can meet other people easily from your computer. I have a quote from Eliot, an English novelist. It is never too late to what you might have been. It's never too late for you to start something. It is okay if your very first start, if your very first product is the worst, and it is common. But if you don't start and you don't have that worst, you cannot develop, you cannot grow to be better version of you. And in this pandemic, thanks God, I am required as part-time designer for Museum Kupu Wayang Indonesia or Indonesian Puppet Museum. And I think this is quite challenging for me because to be honest, I don't have experience in this one. I why I am called by them because I set up my Instagram account as my portfolio. I place my portfolio in a lot of platforms online. I post my works, my past designs in Behance and Instagram, so people can reach me out easily. As now, as we know that we are in Industry 4.0 and in pandemic, all is online. And then from this pandemic, I come back as an illustrator. When I was in high school, I'm selling my illustration for gifts because I like drawing since I was a kid, since I was like 5 years old. And when I'm in high school, there is a lot of birthday parties. There are a lot of sweet 17 if in Filipino head. And yeah, my friends and me too, we need to give someone a gift. And I start doing illustration to to be a job that I can give to someone as a gift. And in this pandemic, I started my freelance job as an illustrator, and I am commissioned with some companies like Listeners ID. I design the postcards and do some packagings of them at special seasons. And I also started my job as personal illustration projects, such as for kids' birthdays parties or souvenir designers and so on. And when I'm in my college, I was told by my lecturer that if you want to experience a creative industry mass production job, you should sell it online. Well, it's just a theory, like you just know that when we want to sell something, you will just go to Amazon.com or Shopee.com, but you don't know how. You don't know how you will play on that. So I try to join that marketplace, and in the past Chinese New Year, February, I try to be brave to sell my own hong pao's design, and I put it on Shopee, and it is going high demand. I didn't expect it before, but I think it is an experience for me to uh, try something new, to be practical from your theories from the college. And yeah, you will experience many things inside that. Yeah, as you can see, I also sell on my website called moselo.com. It's just like an etsy.com for international buyer, but it is moselo.com is currently for Indonesian residents only. And I also put my designs on Shopee and Tokopedia, and yeah, start something that you love, no matter what it is. Because when you start something that you love, you will enjoy doing it. I know this pandemic will be so much stressing for you, but if you could find something that you like, no matter how small it is, you will find your ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese concept that means a reason for being, a reason why you wake up every morning, a reason for keeping you on track. And yeah, just like I have said before, if you love what you do, everything will turns out okay. But with anxiety, yeah, we I know this pandemic made us think like, oh my God, what's my future? We are so anxious with our future, right? But I have a note that please be mindful with the concept of now. We are now here. You see me and I see you guys. And yeah, this is the pace of life. We have past events, present events, and future possibilities. And we are here now. What you have now, where you are now, I'm sorry, I have mistyped here. And what will you do now? You are here. You have future possibilities and a lot of uncertain possibilities. And you may overthink that, but don't be too deep drown to be in your mind because you are now, you don't know what will happen. You just, okay, it's okay for you to have some thoughts, some things for future, but don't be too drown to your mind. And you have past events, experiences, bad memories. It can cause some guilty feelings. Don't be too drown in your mind. Just let it go and move on because we are now. What will we do now is, and if you could find what you do now, you can think clearly to the future. Thank you for having me here. Maraming salamat po. I'm sorry if I have misspelling because currently I'm in home and I don't have a good English at home. My English is decreasing because of this pandemic. Feel free to contact me. I have this contact. If you want to share or talk with me, I'm very welcome. Thank you.